Dear students, welcome to Basic English classes. Today, let us learn the most significant topic in English grammar, that is tense. Here is a story. I pick up some of the words or the phrases from the story. While listening to it, you need to observe those verbs which I underline. Now let's begin. John has always traveled a lot. In fact, when he was only 2 years old, when he first flew to the US, his mother is Italian and his father is American. John was born in France, but his parents had met in Cologne, Germany, after they had been living there for 5 years. They met one day while John's father was reading a book in the library, and his mother sat down beside him. John travels a lot because his parents also travel a lot. As a matter of fact, John is visiting his parents in France at the moment. He lives in New York now, but has been visiting his parents for the past few weeks. He really enjoys living in New York, but he also loves coming to visit his parents at least once a year. Now let us look at some of the underlined verbs in this passage. Here you see that a verb travel is used in three forms. First is has traveled. Then down you see here travels. On the next page you see here it is used as will have traveled. So next example, here you see that will have traveled. In the next example, you see that a verb met is presented in two forms. That is had met and met. Similarly, the verb visit is presented again in two forms. That is visiting and has been visiting. So, dear students, from these examples, we can conclude that verbs have different forms, and these different forms of the verbs are known as tense. So, what is a tense? Tense is a form of verb that tells you about when the action happens in present, past, or future. So, the word tense is derived from tempus, which means time. Meaning is that tense indicate the time of action. Now, let us move towards the types of the different tenses. So, tenses are of three types: past tense, present tense, and future tense. Present tense denotes things which are true when the words are spoken. Past tense expresses those things that were true before the words are spoken, and future tense indicates the action or the things that will be true after words are spoken. Now, each type of these tenses has got four subtypes. Those subtypes are simple, continuous, perfect, and perfect continuous. There is a simple trick to remember these subtypes. The trick is you remember a sentence, that is, she carries paneer paratha with chutney. So in this sentence, S for she, S of she stands for simple, C of carries stands for continuous, P of paneer can be related to perfect, and PC can be associated with perfect continuous. So dear students, we have seen the tense and the types of the tenses in this slide. Now let us learn simple present tense in detail. As you see in the image, simple present tense is generally used to state an action which occurs on regular basis in present time. Down is the formula to learn the sentence construction of simple present tense. It goes like that, like this: subject S plus V1 S or ES plus object. Now in this sentence what we see, he is the subject, that is singular. We need to remember that the simple present tense has got two helping verbs. One is do, another one is does. The helping verb does is used for the third person singulars, that is he, she, it or any name. And the helping verb do is used for the first person singular and plural, that is along with I, we, you, they and any plural we are supposed to use the helping verb do. So in this example, he is the subject which is singular, that is why we won first form of the verb play, along with which we have to add s. So he plays football. When we want to change, if it had been a plural sentence, they play, in place of plays, we have to construct a sentence, they play football daily. Now when we want to change the same sentence into negative, the formula goes like that. Subject plus do or does according to the subject. If it is plural, do. If it is singular, does. Plus not plus verb V1, first form of the verb. Here point to be noted is that the form of the verb becomes simple V1 when we change from affirmative to negative or interrogative sentence, no matter the subject is singular or plural. So he does not play football daily. When you change it into interrogative, the formula goes like that. Do or does according to the subject plus subject verb V1 and plus object. Here also first form of the verb goes. So does he play football daily? So here we have seen to construct a sentence of simple present tense in affirmative, negative and interrogative forms. Now let us see the different ways of constructing, not different ways, let us see the different conditions, how to use and when to use simple present tense. We use simple present tense to talk about the widely accepted beliefs, the current facts or the basic truth, or we can say the universal truth also, right? So let us see some of the examples. The earth revolves around the sun. These all are the examples of either widely accepted belief or the current facts or the basic truth. Earth revolves around the sun. Okay, if when you change it into negative, earth does not revolve around the sun, interrogative, does the earth revolve around the sun? I'll take another example here. Wood always floats on water. Then next is the earth is an oblate spheroid. The earth is an, yes, oblate spheroid, correct. The next one is the sky is blue. The ice is cold. These all are the information, fact-based statements. I am a teacher. I am her daughter. The earth revolves around the sun. He is still alive. Truth does not stay hidden for long. The heart pumps blood to the rest of the body. How you will change it into negative? The heart does not pump blood to the rest of the body. This S of the pumps will go. The V1 remains alone. Green vegetables provide the body with vitamins, negative. Green vegetables do not, right, provide, because vegetables is plural. When you change it into interrogative, do the green vegetables provide the body with vitamins? Now let us move to the next condition. So some simple present tense is used for actions that happen regularly, always or sometimes. Let us see some of the examples. I wake up at 6:30 a.m. every day. Dear students, here I would like to mention the difference between wake up and get up. Wake up means you are awake, you are in the bed and your eyes are open. Get up means your eyes are open and you just get up from the bed and come out from the bed, right? That is the difference between getting up and waking up. You might be awake at 3 o'clock itself, right? But getting up will be when you come out from the bed. Then the sentence is, my mother leaves for work at 8:30 a.m. How you change it into negative? My mother does not leave. Interrogative, does my mother leave for work at 8:30 a.m.? Next example, I always wake up at 7 in the morning. Next, I rarely have breakfast at 7:30. Dear students, here in these examples, always, rarely, usually, sometimes, these are the adverbs of frequencies, which can also be used along with the simple present tense. Then next example is, I catch the bus to university at 8. I usually start studying at 8:30. How you will change this sentence into negative? I do not usually start studying at 8:30. Next, I always have lunch at noon. I finish university at 4:15 in the afternoon. Next sentence is I sometimes go to the cinema with my friends in the evening. The last sentence, I usually have dinner with my friends. Right? So like this we have seen that these are some of the examples of your habitual actions or routine. Let us move towards the next. We can also use simple present tense to talk about things that are scheduled for the future. Right? Whatever the events are scheduled, for those also we can use a simple present tense. Like the train departs in 5 minutes. In our general communication, these type of the sentences we generally speak in the future tense, but we can construct those sentences in simple present tense also. Next example is the president retires next year. This activity or the event has to happen the next year, but the same can be presented because it is scheduled and it is known. It can be presented in the simple present tense also. Hurry up, I don't want to miss the game. It starts at 1. The meeting is in the boardroom. It begins at 10. Right? She will be here soon. Her plane arrives at 6:45. The flight from Delhi reaches Chennai tomorrow evening at 4 p.m. Reaches. The Prime Minister delivers the speech. Right? So like this we see these are some of the examples which will certainly help you to understand the simple present tense. So let us have some testing time now. There are some simple pictures I have given. Based on the pictures, you are supposed to construct the sentences of simple present tense. So 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. How you construct a sentence? You can make it like that. 2 and 2 make 4. In the next picture you see there is a dog and there is a stranger. So you can mention dog barks at the stranger, or if you want to make it to the plural, dogs bark at the stranger. So that's the difference you have to make it. Helping verb s or es is added only in the case if the subject is singular and third person. Always remember I is also singular, but it is first person. First person, second person and third person once I'll mention, though it belongs to pronoun. First person singular is I and plural is we. The second person is you and the third person is he, she, it is the singular and name is the singular and the plural is they. Right? Now the next example is number 3. That is either you can construct a sentence saying that children go to school or the child goes to school. Right? So dear students, today we have learnt about the meaning of tense and the simple present tense. I hope you have liked it. So thank you so much. Have a good day.